Hi William, this is Alan Cocker with ABC, former hitting coach for the Colorado Rockies and the Seattle Mariners. I'm going to study some video today. The first thing I look for in all phases of the swing, but at setup, is we want to be athletic, we want to be balanced. And good balance is knees inside the feet, head inside the knees. As you can see, you're in a real good position right here. I like the position of your head and eyes. Get your head fully turned. You're getting a 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock look at the pitcher. So everything looks good to this point. We're going to run forward into the load phase of preparing ourselves to see the baseball. Okay, the load phase there's a couple different parts. Most hitters, yourself included, the front toe will land first. It is not until the front heel plants into the ground, as yours gets right there, are we fully loaded and prepared to see the baseball and then start our first move into the ball. Once we get to this position, there's a few things that I look for. I look again to see if we have equal bend in both knees. And we can see here with yours, we're a little bit stiff-legged with this front leg. Okay, we firmed up a little bit too soon. Normally we don't firm up that front knee or front leg until we get to the contact position. And even on pitches that are outer half or outer third, sometimes we don't even firm up at all. We'll still have some good athletic bend in that front knee to allow for extension. So I'd like to see you at this position. Once we get loaded and that heel plants into the ground, I'd like to see some athletic bend in this front knee, equal athletic bend in both knees right here. Okay, so as we move forward, the other thing I look for is just to make sure we're staying squared up. Okay, squared up with the hips. One of the things that I look for at this particular point is that this front foot not be any more open than 45 degrees. And you can see here you're at 51. Part of that is I think you've stiffened up your front knee right here, so this front foot starts to open just a little bit too much. So we'd like to try to keep that front foot at a 45 when we land. All right, we'll run them forward. First thing that starts our swing is we've loaded and gathered energy into the back thigh, or the inside part of the back thigh right here. That's where we're loading our energy, or storing our energy as we start our first move into the baseball. Okay, now the first move should be this back knee should be driving forward like this into this front area right in there. Okay, so we'll take a look at this. You start to run forward. We're in a good position there. We're in a good position there. All right, now I'm going to take it back just a click. Okay, now the hands start to get involved. First move with the hands will be that the back elbow tucks underneath into the rib cage, somewhere in this area right here. Okay, once we get into this position, this is going to be the connected position. As our hands start to work forward, we should see a line, or we should see a straight line from this elbow to this back hip, or from this shoulder to this elbow to this back hip. Okay, so we're getting our elbow just a little bit ahead of us. One thing that causes this, William, is once we get the heel planted, we'd like to see the head right here. We'd like to see it somewhere over the belt buckle, so we could actually get just a little bit more of a positive move forward with your head, as opposed to having that head sit back over this backside. And I think that's why this elbow is kind of worked ahead of everything, and we don't have that good line running straight down to our back hip. Okay, we'll run it forward. Okay, the hands are starting to work in front. All right, starting to work in front of your body. They're starting to work just past your center of gravity, which is your belly button right there. Okay, so as they start to work forward, let me run this back one click. Okay, as they start to work forward, now we're going to get into the contact position. Okay, we'll run it one step more forward. I see some good things at this position. I see hands are palm up, palm down. That's a very, very strong position. I see your head and eyes looking right down the barrel of your bat, which again is a very, very strong position. It's going to allow for extension, particularly with the ball middle in for you. I think, and we'll talk about this more towards the end, but this back knee or this front knee right here, on the balls that are middle in, it will firm up at contact. On pitches that are middle away, it won't quite firm up to allow for the extension all the way through the baseball. So we'll run this one step forward, and because this ball is middle in, we're getting really good extension through the baseball. Extension is getting our bat running directly towards the pitcher, arms fully extended, head and eyes still looking down the barrel of the bat. So you're in a very, very good position there. We'll run it forward. We'll take it past contact into the finish. Done a good job keeping the weight on the inside part of your foot, not letting it slide to the outside part of your foot, spinning open in this direction. So that's a very, very good move through the baseball, all the way to finish. And again, good high, nice follow through all the way through. So, you know, William, I think that the biggest thing that I would suggest with you is it's going to be in the load up phase. As that toe plant or that toe lands and then the heel plants down into the ground, we need to make sure that we got good equal bend in both knees before we start to make any move into the baseball. If that front side starts to stiffen, that front knee starts to stiffen up too quick, then we're going to have some difficulty handling fastballs outer half, fastballs outer third. We'll have some difficulty adjusting to breaking balls or anything change of speed that might be running away from us a little bit. So my suggestion to you would be to put a tee on the outside third of the plate in a cage or even on a field, and set that tee equal with your front foot or even with your front foot, maybe just inside your front foot. And I would work on getting to that good, strong, loaded position where I've got good equal bend in both knees. That stride foot is no more open than a 45. And then I would just take my lower half and drive that back knee into that front thigh and really feel the extension of my barrel staying through that baseball into right center field, or through hard line drives through the second baseman, and backspin line drives into right center. So I think that drill alone will help you to feel yourself staying athletic with your lower half. Okay, William, thanks for coming to our camp, bud.